and welcome to a new episode of Airport Update, although a little bit different because we are at a new beginning. This does not mean that Munich City Airport is abandoned, it just means it will take an extended hiatus. But where are we today? Well, we are in North America. More specifically at the East Coast in Philadelphia. That is the new project that I have been working on for a long time. I actually already announced it last year and then never really got going, but this year I've really put in a lot of time and effort. And what you're seeing here is pretty much where we are. We have been able to get a little bit further into the project since I was filming this, which is 2 weeks back, but then for the 2 weeks I've been traveling non-stop, so I haven't done much, but a little bit. But anyway, the project is of course far from being finished, but this is basically to show you where we are going, what will happen in the next few weeks and months, and of course you can follow the progress of the project on Instagram. If you haven't already seen it, then I've done a lot of Instagram stories about this project and you can find them in the highlights in my Instagram account. And of course, also in the coming days and weeks when I will start working on this again more, you will be able to find new Instagram stories about it. So that's a very good place to head over if you haven't been there already. Some of the images you're seeing here have been shown also on Instagram, and the video recordings have mainly been done 2 weeks ago, just before I started traveling. So that's just to give you an overview as to where we are now. The progress since then has been minimal as I've been away for most of the time. But what we are seeing right now, over where the mess is at the far side, that's basically where we will have the third terminal. The reason I'm showing you this is simply because I haven't constructed it yet. That's basically the part of the airport that has been neglected so far, but is coming up in the next few days and weeks. What you are seeing now is what will be Terminal 2, although I might have to change that because I believe in Philadelphia they are using the terms A, B, and C and so on for their terminals, not numbers. But for now, working with it, it's Terminal 1, 2, and 3. This is Terminal 2. This terminal will be handling single-aisle aircraft, as you can see here, although not this aircraft specifically. That's just for testing. And a wide-body aircraft will be at this terminal as well. It will be a mix between American, so US traffic, and international traffic, as for example the Aer Lingus, but mainly around American Airlines and their partners, so One World Traffic. Then if you look over to Terminal 1, which architectural wise looks different, which is also a choice. I was trying something different with Terminal 1, which was the first part that I was building at the airport, but also it should have a different look and feel. Basically, I would imagine that this would be an older part of the airport, where, for example, Terminal 2 would be either completely new constructed or being heavily refurbished. Over at Terminal 1, we will have plenty of North American traffic, but a wider mix. So that would be Alaska Airlines, Delta, United, maybe even also some American Airlines, but I'm not quite decided on that yet. So that part is, of course, constructed by myself, but I have also been or am using 2 buildings, in fact, that come from Herpa, which are actually from Amsterdam Airport. Herpa released Amsterdam Airport as a model in 1:500 scale, and I was so lucky to get a part of that from some friends that amazingly gave me that as a birthday present last year. And here I can perfectly integrate it into something really awesome. So over here, of course, we will have some regional traffic and so on, all integrated into Terminal 1. Just behind Terminal 1, we then have another building that I have been constructing in the last few weeks, and that is supposed to resemble an airport hotel, because normally I wouldn't waste any time on landside action. I prefer to just spend all the energy in the airside action, but I had this little corner and I thought, what could I do here? So I've yeah, try to make something here that could resemble an airport hotel. There will still be attached, grass and all that stuff. Anyway, the plate as you see it right now is just wood, but of course that will be painted right now. I wait for better weather here in Denmark. It's quite rainy right now. As soon as the weather is getting better and dry, most importantly, and not too windy, I can take that plate outside and I can start painting it properly. Until then, I will have to leave it as is. So that is pretty much where we are right now. I originally wanted to release this video last week, but I was too tired from traveling, and also today it's a little bit delayed. Still a bit suffering from jet lag from my last trip. So I've been working on a lot of content, as you see here with the airport, which is still going on. Been doing a lot of spotting, recorded new trip reports, and I've been working on a new setup for my reviews. It's all coming. It's just at the moment it's so much that it's kind of blocking me a little bit, but it is coming in the next couple of weeks. There should be a lot of great stuff coming out that hopefully you guys will enjoy. So I do appreciate your patience, and of course your curiosity as to know when is the next review coming and so on and so on. I appreciate that very much. I couldn't make it for this week, but by next week it should be back. Now, before I end the video, I'd quickly just like to address why Philadelphia. Well, for a long time I wanted to do an airport in North America. I wanted it to be East Coast traffic, and I was looking at different airports. I was looking at Boston, various airports in New York, Philadelphia, Washington, and so on. I think at the end it was a compromise because New York would be amazing, but they are so huge that I didn't think I could make something anyway realistic. I mean, obviously it's downscaled anyway, but I wanted to do something that could at least somehow resemble what could be in real life. Of course, the buildings are completely fantasy. They're not resembling Philadelphia Airport whatsoever. That's just my fantasy playing out here. But I wanted to do an airport which had mainly American Airlines traffic, mainly because simply those were that was the airline that had the most models in 1 to 500 that I could get my hand on. And Philadelphia fits that very good, or quite perfectly. Also, it's an airport with a decent size. There is some international traffic, not too much, although I think in this airport I will do more international traffic than in real life. But I try to keep at least the North American traffic as realistic as possible, trying to do routes as they are happening in real life from Philadelphia Airport. So trying to keep the whole scenario realistic, but of course with a grain of fantasy and compromise. Well, we'll have to be there. But I hope you will enjoy this new airport that I'm making. And as always, if you have any questions, any comments about this project, then leave them in the comment section below. I'll try to respond to all the comments that are coming in. Thank you so much for your patience as well, and your loyalty. Thank you so much for watching, and hope to see you soon in another video.